Okay. So everybody in the US is talking about how AI is the next revolution, but you forgot about all the places that don't want AI, all the places that are not letting AI come through, all the places that are banning AI. In this video, we're going to talk about the countries that have banned ChatGPT, Midjourney, anything that has to do with, you know, the future of AI. Okay. It's as simple as this. Most places don't want you to pretty much have AI. Why? Because at the end of the day, if you get to ask AI, how do I, you know, take down a dictatorship, it's not going to necessarily work out in your favor. So it's one of those things where they're going to try to do all that they can to make sure it doesn't get in the hands of the people, so the people don't use it to, one, get educated, and two, to simply overthrow the government. Okay. The first place, number one, of course, is Italy. Italy was the first Western country to take action against ChatGPT. Meaning, while everybody else is embracing ChatGPT, Italy simply said, "Yeah, we don't want nothing to do with this, and we'll be the first to say so." And it's one of those things where it's totally fine, but for who? Because if the people don't have access to, the powerful technology, it's like denying somebody internet access. It's like, sure, there are people who probably could use the internet to do bad, there are probably people who could use the internet to overthrow the government, but there's simply people who use the internet to learn. There's simply people who use the internet to help others. There's simply people who use the internet to contact or reach people that they normally couldn't reach. Okay. And Italy, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know that much about Italy, besides Mussolini, fascism, and stuff like that. But something tells me that they don't want their people to be educated. They don't want their people to rise up. They don't want their people to be smarter or know enough to pretty much, topple the government. And if ChatGPT can give you a step-by-step instructions on how to take down a authoritative government, then I would ban it too. Okay. The next place, Russia. Russia makes sense because Vladimir Putin is one of those ones where not only are the Russians known for hacking, like the US elections was literally being talked about how the Russians were the ones that hacked. Let's see if I can find a I'm gonna say Russian hacker. It's one of those things where Russia is one of the main ones when it comes to, even right now, what's going down in Ukraine. Okay. Wow. You look up Russian hacker and it literally starts to name you people like like fraud, racketeering, attack the government institutions. This right here, the fact that the the Russian hackers are using the hacking to go against the government institution goes to show that they don't want to give access to ChatGPT because the average person can learn how to code, debug their code, and make their code even better. And so it's one of those things where that also works in, you know, being able to create things that will go against government institutions. It's as simple as that. Okay, it's as simple as that. But number three, Syria. Syria makes sense because they have strict regulations on internet censorship. So meaning, kind of like I was saying earlier, imagine declining somebody the internet access. They not only would decline your internet access, but they're like, good luck getting ChatGPT when there's no damn internet. And if you can find ChatGPT with no internet, we're banning ChatGPT too. So the internet's banned, ChatGPT's banned, internet with ChatGPT, internet without ChatGPT. However you do it, it's banned. Okay. The third one, China. China makes sense because at the end of the day, it's like China uses AI to benefit them when it comes to like government implementing it, but they don't want people to use AI to pretty much go against the government. So China will have a social credit score. They'll have robots that track your face, people that, robots that automatically take points off your score and add points when you do good things. And, it's one of those things where, yes, they're using AI already, but they don't want you to pretty much use it to yourself. They don't want the average person using it because at the end of the day, things like open access to chatbots may undermine its authority, meaning like if the people can communicate, if the people can organize protests and stuff like that, the government does not want that. So they're going to try to do everything they can to make sure that it'll give you access to the infrastructure or the tools you need to be able to organize, protests, organize organizations, unions, whatever it is that you want to do. Because a lot of people know, there are bad things happening in China, but most of those people can't really form a coalition or form like a group of people or a mob to pretty much go and be like, oh, we're going to stand up against the government. Because you doing something as simple as passing a red light or jaywalking is going to get points taken off. And there's some of it, there was even an app that can tell you if somebody who's in debt or somebody who has a super low credit score is around you. So you literally can stay away from those people because there's a chance that they might lower your score. So like I said, China is kind of like off the rails when it comes to AI because the government's using it, but they don't want the people to use it. The last one is Germany. Germany has a thing where I guess like they just want to like protect their data. They're right next to Russia, and Russia just doesn't like Russia is known for hacking, and the Germans pretty much are just like, okay, well, let's try to make sure they don't hack us because if the Russians can hack the Russian governments and institutions, like I'm sure they could come after us if they wanted to. So Germany, pretty much at the end of the day, is just banning AI because they just don't want nothing to do with like AI, smart tech, anything that can compromise their people's data. So if a bunch of Germans use ChatGPT and they start creating ChatGPT extensions and stuff, all it does is just give that access to people who want to hack it. So there's a software that you can use that will track your strokes or listen to your keyboard and be able to predict what password you use or what you typed or what you wrote. And it's as simple as the Germans don't want nothing to do with that. They don't want the AI. They don't want the tech. They don't want the advancements. They're willing to stay where they are, and they're willing to just ban it all. Kind of like how what's an impact? Syria banned the internet. Period. Like they don't want nothing to do with it. So at the end of the day, like I said, they're just like good luck getting started. And some of the other ones include like North Korea, Iran, and Cuba, but those are pretty much like given. Like Iran already has a lot going on. North Korea, Kim Jong-un's not gonna like let people have access to the outside world, period. So that makes sense. And in Cuba, it's like Cuba has enough going on and they have enough going on, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, there are people who embrace ChatGPT, AI, and the AI revolution, and then there are people who are against it. These are a list of countries that are against it. Some countries are all for it. The United States is all for it. But Italy, Russia, Syria, China, Germany, they are not with it. They literally said, take that somewhere else. We'll wait on it. We'll see how it goes with y'all. You know what I'm saying? They're willing to just like take the L. And so if you're in any of these places, I feel bad for you. And if you're not, just know if you go to these places, they have that level of censorship. So they're not gonna let you just like access something as simple as ChatGPT. Like people don't even you hear ChatGPT is available and people don't even use it. Over there are people begging to use it, probably want to use it, probably using VPN switches and dedicated VPNs and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, like I said, if you're in America and you have ChatGPT, you have to kind of be grateful because you could be living in a place where they ban it. Okay. If you found this video helpful, give me a like, subscribe to the channel. If you have ideas of the type of topics you want me to cover on this channel, you can recommend those in the comment section. If you live in a place or near a place that doesn't allow ChatGPT, then I doubt you probably be even watching this video because they're probably ban YouTube too. But that's all I have for today's video. I'll see you guys in the next one.